Pan American World Airways. The name alone evokes a bygone era, an era of glamour, adventure, and the magic of flight. Pan Am wasn't just an airline, it was an icon. It represented American innovation and prestige. For much of the 20th century, Pan Am set the standard for luxury air travel. Pan Am's aircraft were instantly recognizable. The blue globe logo, the smartly dressed pilots, the smiling stewardesses, all contributed to an aura of sophistication. Flying Pan Am wasn't just about reaching your destination, it was about experiencing a certain way of life. Passengers stepped aboard expecting impeccable service and exotic destinations. Pan Am promised and delivered a world of adventure. Its routes spanned the globe, connecting people and cultures like never before. Pan Am's story began in 1927. Founded by Juan Trippe, the airline initially focused on airmail routes. Its first scheduled flight took off from Key West, Florida, bound for Havana, Cuba. This humble beginning marked the start of an extraordinary journey. Trippe had a grand vision for Pan Am. He understood the potential of air travel to bridge continents. He invested in larger, more advanced aircraft. The iconic Clipper flying boats became synonymous with luxury and long-distance travel. These flying boats opened up new routes across the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans. Suddenly, far-off destinations were within reach. Pan Am's passengers could sip cocktails and enjoy gourmet meals while soaring above the clouds. The airline's early successes helped to establish the United States as a leader in commercial aviation. Pan Am was at the forefront of this revolution, connecting the world and fueling dreams of adventure. The 1950s ushered in the jet age, and Pan Am was quick to embrace this technological leap forward. In 1958, the airline launched its first transatlantic jet service. The Boeing 707, with its sleek design and powerful engines, revolutionized air travel. The jet engine dramatically reduced travel times. Flights that once took days could now be completed in hours. This made international travel more accessible to a wider audience. Pan Am capitalized on this, expanding its routes and adding new destinations to its network. The airline continued to invest in its fleet, adding the larger and more advanced Boeing 747 jumbo jet in the 1970s. The 747 could carry hundreds of passengers and offered amenities like never before. Pan Am's commitment to innovation solidified its position as a leader in the aviation industry. Despite its success, Pan Am faced growing challenges in the 1970s. The 1973 oil crisis caused fuel prices to skyrocket, putting immense pressure on the airline's profits. Pan Am had built its business model on offering relatively affordable fares, but this became increasingly difficult to sustain. The airline industry also became more competitive. Deregulation in the United States opened up the market to new carriers, many of which offered lower fares and focused on domestic routes. Pan Am, with its vast international network and commitment to luxury, found itself struggling to adapt to this changing landscape. Despite these challenges, Pan Am remained a powerful force in aviation. It continued to innovate, introducing new routes and services. However, a series of events in the 1980s would ultimately prove to be the airline's undoing. Section 5. The Shadow of Terrorism, a Blow to Confidence. On December 21, 1988, Pan Am Flight 103, en route from London to New York, exploded over Lockerbie, Scotland. All 259 people on board, along with 11 people on the ground, were killed. The bombing, later attributed to Libyan terrorists, sent shockwaves through the aviation industry and the world. The Lockerbie bombing had a profound impact on Pan Am. The airline was already facing financial difficulties, and the tragedy dealt a devastating blow to its reputation. Passenger numbers declined as travelers became wary of flying Pan Am, fearing it could be targeted again. The bombing also highlighted security vulnerabilities in the aviation industry. Pan Am, like other airlines, had to invest heavily in new security measures, further straining its finances. The company's image, once synonymous with glamour and adventure, was now linked to tragedy and fear. Section 6. Financial turbulence. Mismanagement takes its toll. The Lockerbie bombing exacerbated existing financial problems within Pan Am, creating a crisis that the airline struggled to manage. The airline had been struggling for years with high operating costs, fierce competition, and a series of questionable business decisions that eroded its financial stability. mismanagement, and a failure to adapt to the changing aviation landscape played a significant role in its decline, as the leadership failed to foresee and react to industry shifts. One of the most significant missteps was Pan Am's decision to acquire National Airlines in 1980, a move that was supposed to bolster its domestic presence. The merger, intended to strengthen Pan Am's domestic network, proved to be a costly mistake, draining financial resources and management focus. Integrating the two airlines proved more difficult and expensive than anticipated, adding to Pan Am's financial woes and operational challenges. Furthermore, Pan Am's management made a series of poor investments, including the purchase of hotels and other non-aviation businesses, which diverted attention and resources. These ventures diverted resources away from the core airline operations and failed to generate significant returns, further straining the company's finances. The airline's once sterling reputation for luxury and innovation was tarnished by outdated aircraft, declining service quality, and a shrinking route network, leading to customer dissatisfaction. Pan Am, once the envy of the aviation world, was now struggling to stay afloat, a shadow of its former glory, battling to survive in a competitive industry. Section 7. The Final Descent, a once great airline falls. By the late 1980s, Pan Am's financial situation was dire. The airline was saddled with billions of dollars in debt and facing mounting losses. Despite attempts to restructure and sell off assets, Pan Am was unable to stem the bleeding. The once mighty airline was running out of time. In a last-ditch effort to survive, Pan Am sold off some of its most valuable assets, including its iconic Pan Am building in New York City and its profitable Pacific routes to United Airlines. These desperate measures, however, proved to be too little, too late. On December 4, 1991, Pan American World Airways ceased operations. The iconic airline, which had once connected the world and embodied the spirit of adventure, was no more. Its collapse marked the end of an era in aviation history. Section 8. Pan Am's Enduring Legacy, Shaping Modern Aviation. Despite its demise, Pan Am's legacy in aviation is undeniable. The airline was a pioneer in many aspects of commercial aviation, setting standards that are still followed today. The airline played a pivotal role in popularizing air travel, connecting continents, and shaping the modern aviation industry. It made the world feel smaller and more accessible. Its innovations in aircraft technology, in-flight service, and route development left an indelible mark on how we fly today. Pan Am was at the forefront of introducing new aircraft models and advanced navigation systems. Pan Am's commitment to passenger comfort and luxury set a new standard for air travel. The airline was known for its plush first-class cabins and exclusive airport lounges. It was among the first airlines to introduce amenities such as in-flight meals, entertainment, and dedicated cabin crew. These innovations greatly enhanced the passenger experience. The airline's iconic blue globe logo and the image of its smartly dressed pilots and stewardesses became synonymous with the glamour and excitement of air travel. Pan Am's branding was instantly recognizable around the world. Moreover, Pan Am's pioneering spirit helped to shrink the world. The airline was instrumental in opening up new international routes and making global travel more feasible. Its extensive route network made international travel more accessible, fostering global commerce and cultural exchange. Pan Am connected people and places like never before. The airline's legacy lives on in the countless connections made and the dreams of adventure it inspired. Pan Am's influence can still be felt in the aviation industry today. Section 9. Beyond the Runway, Pan Am in Popular Culture. Pan Am's impact transcended the aviation industry, leaving its mark on popular culture. The airline was more than just a mode of transportation. It was a symbol of innovation, luxury, and the spirit of adventure. The airline's iconic image and the allure of its glamorous past continue to capture imaginations, appearing in numerous films, television shows, and literary works. Its distinctive blue globe logo and the stylish uniforms of its crew became cultural icons in their own right. The 2011 television series Pan Am offered a glimpse into the airline's golden age, depicting the lives of its pilots and stewardesses against the backdrop of the 1960s jet-set era. The show brought to life the excitement and challenges of international air travel during that transformative period. The show's popularity highlighted the enduring fascination with Pan Am and its association with adventure, romance, and a bygone era of air travel. It rekindled memories for those who lived through the era and sparked curiosity in younger generations. From classic films like Catch Me If You Can to modern television shows like Mad Men, Pan Am's presence in popular culture serves as a reminder of its cultural significance. These portrayals keep the spirit of Pan Am alive, celebrating its contributions to the aviation industry and its lasting impact on society. The airline's iconic image continues to evoke a sense of nostalgia, adventure, and the magic of flight, ensuring that the legend of Pan Am lives on. Its legacy is a testament to an era when air travel was not just about getting from one place to another, but about the journey itself.